everyone, I'm Marfi, and if you'd like to know how to go vegan and the steps to do so, please keep watching this video. Hello everyone, I'm Marfi, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So today I will share with you the tips and how to go vegan. So if you're thinking to adopt a vegan lifestyle, please keep watching because I will share all the tips, all the mistakes that you need to know before adopting this lifestyle. So my first tips is find your reason. You would like to find a solid reason why you would like to change your diet, your current diet, or you would like to adopt a vegan lifestyle. So you need to have a solid reason that could be ethical or it can be health reasons. My second tip is to research and document yourself. Why you should do so? Why? Because you will find your reason. On the tips number 1 that I talk about, find your reason why you want to adopt this lifestyle. So you can do so by reading books or watching documentary. So one book that I definitely recommend you is the China Study. So it's a perfect way to understand in a scientific way why you should adopt this lifestyle. It's an amazing book. I will definitely recommend that. Then as a documentary, you can watch free. So one is The Game Changers, so that's perfect if you like doing sports, so for performance, how you can improve that by adopting the vegan lifestyle. Second one is The Cowspiracy, so it will definitely show you how consuming animal products is impacting our environment. So by adopting this vegan lifestyle, you will actually improve that. And third one is Forks Over Knife, that will definitely help you to understand how a vegan lifestyle can actually improve your health and it can reverse disease and prevent disease. So definitely these three are perfect to find you a reason why you should adopt this lifestyle. My third tip is changing your habits. That can be around the food that you consume and around the products that you use. Why I'm saying that? Because a vegan lifestyle is not just changing what you put on your plate. If we're talking about vegan lifestyle, it's what you actually wear, that it should be vegan, what you actually use as hygiene, personal hygiene, but it's totally fine if you want to just adopt a plant-based diet. But I'm talking about both. So if I'm talking about that, I need to take in consideration there will be some changing in what you actually consume as your hygiene, personal hygiene. So definitely try to find a shop, a local shop that will actually have vegan options, so not be tasting on animal, that is not too expensive. So many of you, they will be concerned that adopting this new lifestyle, it will be expensive. So make sure you find many stores that they have vegan products, but they're accessible to you. So make sure you do so to don't be disappointed and to actually avoid to shop in big store when vegan options they're more expensive than animal products. Tip number 4 is to gradually transition into this lifestyle. So I did say previously that you will need to change. If you're adopting a vegan lifestyle, not just a plant-based diet, you will need to change all your products that you use and perhaps some clothes that you've been wearing. This should not be overnight. Why? Because first of all, if you adopt the new diet, you need to give time to your body to embrace this change. So it should be gradually, and you definitely will be overwhelmed if you do this all of the sudden. It will be too overwhelming to change everything all in once. So definitely take your time. It's not a race. You're changing because you want to, but it definitely need to be gradual because you need to take your time. Everyone is different, and yes, take your time even if it will take years. It's not a race. You're in charge of that and you know how your body is adapting. So if you need more time, don't worry about it. Actually is even better to make sure this lifestyle is there and stays there, and not avoiding coming back to a non-vegan lifestyle. Tips number 5 is to take out one meat group or one animal product at a time. Why so? Because like I said, you need to take your time to make sure your body doesn't go in shock mode, okay? So we need to make sure, for example, that you take one meat group at a time. So you can actually do 2 or 3 weeks of, for example, no red meat. Then after 2 or 4 weeks, if you're comfortable with that, you can take white meat, and then if you're comfortable with that, you can take the fish, and goes on like this. So for example, me, I have been eating just fish for the last 7 years. So it took me 7 years to take out the fish as well. So I didn't eat animal products, but just fish. And yes, it took me 7 years to swap that. So that not might be your case, doesn't matter if it is, but doesn't mean that you will all need to change in the same time and the same pace. So make sure you gradually change and take out one meat group or one animal product at a time to avoid disappointed or to avoid to feel too deprived as well in the same time. So yes, that is definitely a tip that you need to take in account. Something that it will actually help you to don't feel that you need to speed up the process, okay? You need time. You're not something that you will overnight change, especially if you did eat meat for all your life, which I did. Actually, my family, no one is vegan, so definitely I've been eating meat and animal products all my life. So to change, it did take time, but doesn't mean that you won't, okay? Doesn't mean that taking longer is better than just swapping right away. Some people can, but some people not. So it's you, your choice, your body, take your time. Tips number 6 is to veganize your current favorite meal. So I'm sure you have your favorite meal, and if they have animal products, now you worry that you will use that, so deprive yourself of this meal. But if you think sometimes just one ingredient that you need to take it out to make this dish vegan, a vegan dish, okay? So make sure that you find a way, I'm sure there will be one, to make your favorite meal that you have every week and you're looking forward to vegan proof, okay? So you can watch many videos that will actually make your everyday meal into vegan. So make sure you watch my vegan meals, because some of them, they're staples that I'm sure you will find helpful to actually find this recipe easy to cook. So keep it simple. So of course you want to try a vegan recipe, new vegan recipe, but keep it simple in the first month, so you actually make this transition easy without, you know, overwhelming yourself with new ingredients, new spice, anything like this. So keep it simple and just enjoy in the first month your staples, but in a vegan way. So tip number 7 would be to opt for a whole vegan food. What do I mean by this? So there is a difference in swapping in a vegan lifestyle that is just junk food based. So sometimes if you swap in and you're too overwhelmed, you don't know how to make some new recipe, of course you will opt for ready packed vegan meals. So there will be a lot of sugar and a lot of food processed in those meals. So you need to make sure, so you don't do so, to make your health a priority in this transition. So you want to have a whole food vegan product to make sure you have all your nutrients, all your fiber, and everything that will help you to stay healthy, especially in this transition, because of course the body will go through this process and through this change. So you want to make sure you give all the nutrients and all the support that it needs to go through this change. So make sure you opt for a lot of vegetable, a lot of legume, and make sure you cook them. So avoid all pre-packed products and make sure you have a variety of them. So don't opt for the same food. So make sure you have all these varieties, so you change every day, and you have colorful fruit and veg, because they got a lot of antioxidant, protein and nutrients that you will need to actually support this vegan lifestyle. So tips number 8 is to go on a vegan food tour. What do I mean by this? Is, for example, to go and try out some new recipe, maybe some vegan restaurant, or find some recipe on YouTube. Here I got so many, I will put some in the link below. And yes, to try out new recipe, new ingredients, so then you can actually prepare yourself at home. You need to experiment a lot just to find your new favorite vegan dish and just try out. Don't be afraid to try. You just need to embrace this new recipe and lifestyle, so make sure you have a lot of research behind before you actually cook your own meal. And this will lead me to tip number 9, which is to keep open mind. So yes, you will find new recipe, new combination, new flavor, new ingredients, and you don't need to be afraid. You actually need to be excited to try all this new variety of food, variety of option. Keep open mind, because for example, for me in the beginning, I thought tofu will taste horrible, and yes, I didn't like it, but I didn't know how to cook it. So you have to make sure that you know and how to cook it, how to marinate there, for example. Some vegan food that you need to be marinated, cook in different way to taste nice. So you have to make sure that you experiment and enjoy the process, make it enjoyable, and don't be afraid to test it out many different ways, many different combination, and yes, to just keep it more interesting for you during this process. Tips number 10 is to be kind to yourself. So of course it's a new world, so you will make mistake, you will actually sometimes eat and no vegan products because maybe perhaps you didn't read the food label in the right way, or maybe at the restaurant sometimes they serve, for example, butter on the bread and you didn't know, you didn't ask, so you will make some mistake, but don't worry about this. It's a process that it needs to be enjoyable, it needs time to learn everything, so don't worry, don't be too harsh on yourself, just embrace these new changes and make sure you're proud of your choice. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter if anyone says the opposite, so make sure you're kind to yourself because it's your choice, your body, so you actually are in control of that. So yes, enjoy the process and don't worry about any mistake, we all make some. And yes, of course, in the beginning I did as well. I actually went to restaurant and I thought it would be a vegan meal, but maybe just one ingredients, it wasn't. So yes, I did eat it even though it wasn't vegan. So yes, it will happen and you don't need to punish yourself, you don't need to feel upset. It's just a mistake that it can actually be a learning curve for you. So yes, you would just learn from that. So now that I shared with you all my tips, I wanted to talk about some concern. So one would be cost. So yes, so many of you ask me if transition to a vegan lifestyle, it can be expensive. Well, maybe it can be just in the beginning if you like to substitute some meat with meat substitutes. So of course then there's more expensive, or maybe ready meal. Yes, they are more expensive, but you might just need in the beginning, because through the transition then you will know how to make your own recipe and everything else, so you won't spend too much money to buy these already made meals or vegan substitutes. For example, I did just in the beginning because I didn't know to cook new recipe, or I didn't know many options, but once you have them, don't worry, it will be just a case of buying like normal food that you added before, for example vegetable, legume and everything, and you make your own dish or your own recipe. So yes, don't worry about cost, it just in the beginning maybe, but actually you actually save money because you prepare your own food, and yes, don't worry about it, it's just a temporary cost. So another concern can be in social situation. What do I mean by that? Sometimes if you are just become adopting this vegan lifestyle, it can be a concern if you're the only one in your family or in a group of friends. Why? Because when you're going out, you might be worried if there is any vegan option, for example, or if they have some vegan ingredients in some of your favorite dish or anything like this. So what you can do is, if, for example, if you're going out in the restaurant, to see and have a look the menu before you're going out, so to avoid be overwhelmed, or if there is any vegan option there, you know that perhaps maybe you just need to eat something at home before, so you don't feel very, informed everyone. And if you go over someone else's house, for example, you cannot just ask the menu in advance, so you know what ingredients they are in there, and make sure you don't impose this lifestyle on anyone, because maybe you feel that it should be a vegan option there, but you have to make sure that you don't feel like this, because it's your choice just only. So another concern, indeed, it can be negativity and judgment. So in the beginning, when you will put out there that you become vegan, some people will actually judge and be negative on this choice. So I know I heard so many to just become nutritionists when I first become vegan and tell you, oh, you will have protein deficiency or nutrient deficiency. So it's quite upsetting sometimes, but you don't need to be worried, because if you have the solid reason that we talked about, you will just put on the side of this negativity and judgment. So if it is constructive, so if someone who is actually inquisitive and want to know more about this vegan lifestyle, that's great. But if it's just a way to put you down and just make you in doubt of the choice, don't worry about it. You know, take your own time, and you need to just be prepared of this negativity, and just be proud if you are on making this lifestyle, because you should be if you take the decision to adopting this vegan lifestyle. Another concern is nutrient deficiency. So many of you will be concerned, where do I get my protein? For example, if I adopt this vegan lifestyle, where do I start? So you can get it from tofu, from peanuts, from oats, tempeh, anything like this. So you shouldn't be worried about this. It's just a myth, which there is many, but yes, you will not have nutrients deficiency. So sometimes people actually say that you will have B12 deficiency, which is one of the nutrients that you won't get through a vegan diet. That's what actually people think, but you can do so by making sure you have this diversity on your diet, all your nutrients, all your fiber that you actually need to avoid all this deficiency. So in your case, yes, you do need to supplement, and don't worry about it if you do. If you actually choose to supplement like B12, vitamin D, or any other nutrients that you think you might missing, yes, make sure they are organic and they are from plants. So make sure they are vegan, because of course some nutrients they're not vegan because they have extract of animal products. So make sure all your supplement they're vegan proof. Last concern, or the last concern that you might have, is time consuming. So you will make sure that in the beginning you take your time, because yes, it will take time to read the food label correctly, to make sure there is no animal product in there. So it will take time to learn the recipe. So yes, maybe in the beginning it will be more time consuming than actually, you know, keeping your current diet, but you're going through the process that you choose to do so. Nobody is imposing you. So yes, you just need to enjoy the process, and you will learn a lot by doing this gradually, like I said. And yes, you will actually enjoy having more knowledge in the end of this process. That's actually never ending. Like now, I'll stop learning about new recipe, about what you can substitute to make a recipe more healthy or more nutrients. So yes, you never stop learning, and you actually should be proud of the choice. If you decide to adopting this vegan lifestyle, you know that you're doing for yourself and for around you. So yes, if you did enjoy this video, please comment below and let me know if you have any other question. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends if you have any friends that would like to adopt this new lifestyle. So make sure you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.